The Coliseum was a place where the best of the best threw down to see who would be the last standing. Some contestants came from nothing, just to rise to the top. What if I started with the bare minimum in Elestrals, just enough packs to make a legal deck? I would clash with other casters with the eventual goal of winning a tournament. Every win would reward a single randomized pack to upgrade my deck, with other rewards along the way. Will I be the last caster standing? It's time to enter the Coliseum. Welcome back to the Coliseum, friends. We are here today for episode 27. Joining us in the Coliseum today, we have RBKYGO. Big shout out to him for playing a couple games with me. Does do YouTube. If you have not, go check out his channel. I believe the last video that I saw was a first place Hestia Spiders list from his locals. So definitely go subscribe to his channel. Show him some love. But yeah, here we are today for, like I said, episode 27. We are fresh off of the pity pack from last episode. You have to excuse me, I am casting over these two clashes a week late. I actually did all of the clashes for episode 26 and 27, like back to back. So I did not have time to update the list or anything with that pity pack. But towards the end of the episode here, we probably will go over that and look at some options because we are super close to being able to play some Clash. So yeah, anyways, we will hop straight into this clash. So we'll go ahead and go first here, and I will start off with a Sprouter in defense and use the Sprouter effect to search for the necklace, add that to hand. Looks like we will set a couple back row and pass it over. So pretty strong start here in this one. So I believe at this point we are 7-48, I want to say, is the number, as we see an Ash Rabbit come down from RBK's side over there. We'll go ahead and flip the PTA right here. Pretty strong for us. Love to be able to clear the rabbit. Still gets the card off of it, but I think that's okay. We will be able to clear the rabbit and do some damage next turn. Start maybe getting ahead in tempo right here. Anytime you can do a turn 1 PTA, set the PTA turn 1 and then use it on turn 2 feels really good. So we'll go ahead and pay out the spirit right there. Take out the rabbit. Looks like there is one set back row on his side as well. So not a clear board, but we will go ahead and cast out a Volcaries right here. Volcaries, pretty okay card. Not seen competitively at all, but it is a 3 attack and a 2 defense. And it gets +1 for every enchanting fire on the field. So on its own, only a 4 attacker with its effect. However, it can get pretty big with a whole bunch of fires on the field. So go ahead and set a second back row, and then we will swing for 2 damage right here. Luckily that goes through for us, so we are ahead early in this one. And we'll see a Lavalith hit the board. That's super unfortunate. Lavalith is banned to 1 for a good reason. If your opponent has 2 or more enchanting spirits, then you can play the Lavalith and then pop a back row. And unfortunately for us, the shield is hit. So very unfortunate. I mean, shielding a Lavalith feels bad because we still would have 2 on the field next turn. So basically be spending 3 to force them to use an extra 2 spirits on it. Not the greatest. So it's okay, I guess. But the Lavalith will go ahead and take out the Sprouter there. So we do have something to deal with this Lavalith. We also have the Kinleo in hand. So Kinleo will do some wonders right here. We'll go ahead and play the necklace, empowering the Kinleo. We will use the Kinleo effect to Nexus. We will take both of them off, and we will put them on the Volcaries. Learning some tricks to the Fire Nexus strategy here. The effect to pop will go through, so we will be able to take out the Lavalith and attempt to swing for 4 damage right here. So pretty big swing right here. We do have another back row to set, so gosh, like it just shows how crazy our deck can actually be if we can play the tempo game. We actually have back row, so looking forward to adding more of back row to the collection. We are actually pretty close to another counter rune spin. I think, like I said, 7-48, so 2 more losses in total, and we will be there. So it could happen into this episode. Who knows? We'll see. We don't want to lose the games, though, so hopefully not, actually. But we'll see an Arachne Slayer come down. So like I mentioned, the Spiders list deck profile on RBK's channel. We are seeing it live in action here. I don't know if this is the same deck. I actually think this might have been practice for the set championships. RBK is one of the couple people that I've seen on Spiders for it, and he actually did fill me in after, because we played these games before his set championship. And he filled me in after, and he did do pretty well. So I think he went 2-1 with the spiders, which into a Voltempest kind of format is actually really good. So yeah, shoutouts to RBK for that. Anyways, we will see the lair. We will see a Hestia. Hestia disenchant 2 to special cast the Warmite. Warmite will target... I don't actually remember what the target was here. I should have made a note of this, but we do not care about that, at least not yet. Oh yeah, but that Fire Nexus comment that I made, learning some Fire Nexus tricks, the Kinleo is always the threat, so enchanting to your other guy, regardless if it's a fire or something else, always seems to be the best option, especially if you're ahead in tempo, because then you can swing for more damage. So something I wouldn't have necessarily thought of on my own, however, seems kind of obvious now looking back, but something I picked up from watching some Fire Nexus players. We will see an Astrabbit come down as the normal action for RBK's turn here. No PTA, unfortunately, for this one, as we only have one and we used it earlier. But as long as we can keep the Kinleo around, I think we are in a pretty good position right here. We can take out the Rabbit. We can swing over the Warmite. The Volcaries on our side is a 7 attacker currently with all of these Fire Spirits on the field. We will see a back row set right here, and looks like I'm reaching, and we do see an Altar of Stars. So Altar is huge right here for me. Altar's an insane card in general, honestly. Was debating on if I wanted to siphon off the Volcaries to pay out the Altar, but I really wanted to keep the Spirits on board for more damage and to keep Volcaries bigger. So we'll go ahead and cast with a Lunar Spirit, Nexus 1 from the Volcaries to the Kinleo, and switch the Warmite to defense. And we will see a pass, so great for us. We will go ahead and just shotgun the Kinleo effect, Nexus 1 back to the Volcaries, and target the Rabbit, and that effect goes through as well. So this Kinleo is going absolutely insane. It's already taken out 2 Elestrals at this point, a Lavalith and a Rabbit. Love to see that. Well, looks like we will go ahead and expend a draw. Didn't have any good castable Elestrals in the hand. We'll set a back row here. We've seen a lot of back row in this game. We've seen the PTA and the Altar, as well as the shield that got popped. That's a great spot to be in for us. The Kinleo can clear the Warmite, and we'll be able to swing for another 3 damage with this Volcaries. We do see a shield flipped right here, and luckily for me, I have the Chains of Prometheus, so we just have all the answers in this clash right here. Looks like RBK will go ahead and pay out the 2 spirits for the shield, I believe, and then gets to heal 1. Which actually, looking back at this, I don't know if the spirits... Yeah, there's the 2 spirits paid. And then the healing of the 1. So, Chains will negate the shield. The 3 damage will then go through. You guys will obviously see the numbers on the screen, but pretty good spot to be in this one. It's crazy what happens in a tempo-based game when you have the back row to play. Pay out the 3 spirits right there. Just hoping we can get one more turn with this Kinleo, and that probably would secure this clash at this point. It's like 2 spirits in spirit deck. We'll see a Vipyro hit the board right here, and we'll see another Warmite. So Warmite will trigger its effect. Arachne Slayer will also trigger its effect, draw a card. Like I said, don't remember what the exact target was with the Warmite. I'm assuming it's the Kinleo. Like I said, it's the bigger threat. Also, Volcaries is currently a 7, so a -3 would take it down to a 4. Warmite would still not be able to clear. So assumption is that the target is the Kinleo. We'll see a set back row as well. And the Warmite will attempt to get over the Kinleo, and this time we will just have to let it go. Don't have any more back row to protect. We've already seen all of our power back row. That last one's probably either a Spoiled Fruit or a Dense Fog. Looks like we have something to cast here, though. We'll see a water come down right here, and we'll see a water enchanted Comagma. I think I did have fires in Spirit deck at this point. I just wanted to play around a potential tsunami here. I wanted to make sure we could clear this Warmite, and the Comagma will go through. And there is a shield on the Comagma, however, looks like it's too late. The shield could have casted off or siphoned the spirit from the Arachne's Lair to expend 1 to bounce the Volcaries, but that would have left RBK with no spirits. So we do get a win right here in Clash 1. Let's hop over to the wheel. Alright, welcome back to the wheel, friends. We just got a win in Game 1 against RBKYGO. If you have not, I'm sure I've said this already because this is after Game 1, but if you have not, go check out their channel. Yeah, GG's to them, but it is a very exciting day because we get to add we get to add Moonrise to the set the wheel of sets. Moonrise, I can type. Anyways, get to add Moonrise, and really hoping to spin Moonrise today because I really want a doppelganger. So let's see. Yes, we do get lucky enough to hit Moonrise. So yeah, let's just jump right over to the opening. All right, friends, we are here to open our Moonrise finally. Super excited this finally came in. Did open one of these boxes already. I got 2 for getting second in that premiere, and the first one I got a full art Shield of Achilles. So yeah, super excited about that. But anyways, really just want a doppelganger. That's the big thing. There's a lot of other cool stuff in here too. Moonrise, like if we start to actually get a decent amount of Moonrise from the wheel, we will definitely be profiting overall. There's a lot of good cards in this set that would help our deck tremendously. But anyways, we do get a box topper right here. Hopefully we get a stellar, and boom, we get a full Gorix. No stellar, unfortunately. Maybe we should, I don't know, should we get the box toppers at some point? That's a cool thought. Maybe if we get open like half of the box or something, then maybe we can get the box topper. But I mean, I'm not going to use full Gorix right now anyways. But yeah, anyways, we do have a fresh box of Moonrise right here. We only get 1 pack from it, so I'm going to pick one from the middle. We do get the full Gorix right here. So yeah, like I said, a lot of cool stuff in here. Really hoping for a doppelganger. I think that's like the best hit. But like Werepup with like full moon, that would be amazing. We would need the Like of Wood for that to pay off. But yeah, Hurricane's in here. There's just like a lot of good stuff. Spectaris is in here. Trying to think of what else would help us. Like even like a Gloombat would help us, I think. So anyways, we'll go ahead and open the pack. See what we get. First card, we get a Starbit. We get an Electrifly, a Windgen. Tornadin would actually be really cool. We get a Carrion, Snowlet. Hate this card. Werepup, like I was saying. Ooh, Bandaloon, Aardvarm, and we get a Posthumous right here. So that is kind of cool. I'll get this updated onto the tracker. I don't think anything really sticks out to me just yet. Getting a Werepup is very nice. The Windgen is something that might come up at some point in time. Obviously the Snowlet, maybe the Aardvarm. Maybe one day a Posthumous would actually be really cool. But anyways, yeah, some cool stuff to add to the collection. Glad we finally got to open some Moonrise. Yeah, I'm not sure if any changes will happen just yet. I'll probably hold off for changes now. I like the Fire Nexus build that we have. Also, I didn't in the last pack opening, which you guys will see or would have seen at the beginning, would have seen at the beginning of the video. We got the pity pack of Shattered Stars, so we do have the second lunar pack right here. I didn't add any of these into the clashes before just because recording and how everything worked out. I didn't have time to add these to the deck beforehand, but yeah, there will be some kind of deck updates in the next episode. I probably will go through because I kind of want to lean more into Dracking. So yeah, we will we'll see what I come up with there, and I'll give you guys an update. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below if you have any feedback, any comments, whatever down below. Let's get some conversations going, and then yeah, subscribe if you're having a good time watching the series. Really want to get to 100. I'm closing in on 50 currently. By the time you guys see this, I might be there. So yeah, I'm having a blast with this. I hope you guys are having a blast watching it. But yeah, until next week, I'll see you guys later. Alright, back in the Coliseum here for Game 2 against RBK again. Looks like we will start out with a mulligan right here. Love to see it. Yeah, fresh off the first Moonrise pack opening. Unfortunately, no Doppelganger, but we did see some good stuff that definitely could be really good in the future. We saw the Werepup, we saw the Aardvarm. Aardvarm could be really good since we have the 2 Spectaris, as well as the 2 Nabi. Would be really nice if we could pull an Titan, maybe get that going, but I've seen the Aardvarm used even without, just because you can special ascend from the Ardbud into it, so potential option for the future. And then the Posthumous, not something that we can really facilitate just yet, but I think Posthumous is a really underrated card. So something that we might see in the future as well. So some pretty cool pulls right there. Like I said, we're not putting anything in the decks just yet. We will talk about the collection update and the potential deck ideas here in a little bit. But for now, we'll go ahead and play out this clash. So I believe we did re-roll right here, I want to say, and I did go first. So I'll just go ahead and cast out a Jolton right here, search the Forge out, which actually pretty good into this matchup. If RBK attempts to go for the Arachne's Lair, he will be able to either replace the one by casting Spider, or if he goes Kite Might, potentially two, go +1 with the Lair. But we will be able to remove it next turn with the Forge. So actually really solid start right here with the Jolton. We'll set 3 back row as well and pass turn, and we will see a Champ Galaxy thrown down immediately right here, which looks like we are fine to just let this Jolton go. It did its job. 4 attacker is solid, but I think we have some other options to deal with this Galaxy. Like this Fire Enchanted Eddy. Fire Enchanted Eddy is absolutely insane. And this is going to be this, yeah, so this is like the worst case scenario possible. I didn't really want, like, it's not that I knew Tsunami existed, but I had the Scavicle. I'll just do a little spoilers right here in hand. And so the fact that Eddy can clear the Galaxy on its own, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and just Fire Enchant it, try to clear, and then get into the Scavicle to be able to do some searches. Unfortunately, that's not how it worked. We get hit with this Tsunami. That's probably the only Eddy that you've ever seen turn to defense from a Tsunami. So kind of funny there. But anyways, we'll pass it back over. See a Jolton cast. Jolton will search for the Arachne's Lair. Looks like we'll see a back row set right here. So like I said, still okay with this one. We do not have to commit to the Forge. We can keep it for back row removal. Looks like the Galaxy will be able to clear the Eddy right there, and then the Jolton will swing for a damage. So a bit unfortunate here. There definitely is an argument for playing around Tsunami right there, but being this early in the clash, it's not like any other counter runes were used, so making a call like that is a bit wild. Specifically, I mean, anything stops that too. If it's Gaze, it stops it. Shield stops it. So don't think it's too bad that we didn't play around it right there. Unfortunately, we'll go ahead with an Expended Jaw right here. Not what you want to see in this position. And it looks like we'll just pass the turn back. Looks like we will see the Arachne's Lair come down, so RBK will be getting some of the value back. Like I said, casting 1 Spider will at least replace the Lair. Casting a Kite Might or keeping up for multiple turns is when you really start to see the value off of the Lair. So really best case scenario for us right here is for him to just either not cast a Spider, or if he's going to cast one, cast anyone that's not Kite Might. And, oh, we will see a Parachne right here. So Parachne, this is probably the first time you guys have seen this one on the series. It is a 6/5, I believe. I might have the stats wrong. I know it's a 6 attack. I can't really tell what the defense is. Solid card. It's a 2 cost wind, and you can just normal cast it if you have Arachne's Lair enchanted. Kind of annoying right here. However, looks like we might have something to deal with it. We go ahead and pay out the 2 spirits for the Jolton and the Galaxy right here, and then I will go ahead and shield the Parachne right here. So thought process here is, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay the 3 spirits when it can just come down next turn, but because I searched the Forge off the Jolton, I can remove the Lair, and then just hope he doesn't have a second Lair. That way it will prevent the Parachne from coming down again. So the shield felt pretty good in that position. And I will start the turn with the Forge popping the Lair. Very nice. Don't really know what that back row could be, but like something Kinleo would go insane right here. Kinleo is such a crazy card. Looks like I will go ahead and cast out a Necruff right here. It did go ahead and Fire Enchant right here. Thought that going for the effect after seeing a Tsunami already played. I know most decks are on 2 Tsunami, so seeing one of them I felt good. Just going for the correct enchant, and unfortunately onto attack declaration we are met with a Gorgon's Gaze right here. Looks like he really wants to keep the Galaxy and the Jolton around, and unfortunately our I guess our worst nightmare in this position, the Arachne's Lair hits the board again, which means the Parachne can come down again, and this time I don't know if I really have anything to deal with it, so we will see. We'll see an Ambro hit the board right here, healing up a few spirits. No back row, feeling kind of okay. This one doesn't feel too out of reach just yet. We will see the 2 wind spirits come back down, so the Parachne is back. Lair will allow him to draw a card, so I know there's a lot of talk competitively about spiders, and rather if lair is actually a good card, and at worst it replaces itself if you cast a single spider. So like, I don't know. I think it's okay. I played spiders along with a bunch of people from the Pent House in one of the last 2 premieres, and I think there was like 4 of us maybe, who went 5 and 2 with them using lair and Jolton. So I think it's a pretty good card. Anyways, we will see the Necrof get cleared right there. Some damage done as well. Falling behind in this one. Don't really have anything else that can deal with this Paracne, unfortunately. We'll see a Sprouter in defense right here. Sprouter obviously has a 5 defense, which the Paracne can clear, but we do have the Poisoned Tunic that we're going to grab off of the Sprouter, so we can immediately empower the Paracne with it, which will take it down to a 4 attack, and then we just have to hope that there's no way of clearing the Sprouter. Unfortunately, this looks like a misplay, because if he just has another water, he can just re-enchant Whale and get over it anyways, and then probably swing for game at this point. I don't know what the exact spirit numbers are, but probably misplay. It looks like I probably should have went with... Oh, I don't know. This is tough. I should have went... Probably Sprouter Search for Necklace is probably the only option, honestly. And then just empower it, swing over the Whale, and then just eat the burn damage. That's the only way that the Sprouter potentially lives next turn. Assuming he doesn't have anything in hand or the back row to clear it. Looks like we'll see a re-enchant of the Whale. That is exactly what will happen right here. That will flip the Sprouter stats to a 5/3. Looks like we'll see the Whale swing in, kill right there, and we are going to take a few damage right here. And it looks like that's our last 3 spirits, and I don't have Ambro in the deck, so we are not able to siphon off of the Tunic or make any plays. So take an L right there in that one. That'll drop us to 8 and 49. We see the Spoiled Fruit, the Dense Fog right there, not able to do a whole lot in this clash. But yeah, some really fun games today. We will hop over to the collection and talk about potential upgrades to the deck. Alright, so taking a look at the deck here, I went ahead and updated to what I think is an okay list that is really close to legal in Clash. I took out, I think there was 32 of 40 cards in our deck were in Clash. The ones that we are not in Clash yet are the 2 Comagmas, the Scavacol, the Drops of Leith, the Verituka. I'm forgetting one. Don't remember what the last one is. It'll come to me at some point in time. Anyways, all of those, as well as the other 2 that are not in Clash currently, are Chains of Prometheus and Spoiled Fruit. So I have those in the list currently. We might do one more episode. Well, I mean, we'll be back and forth, like between Clash and, playing webcam games, but I might do another episode of webcam games, and then after that we might just bite the bullet if Spoiled Fruit and Chains haven't been added to Clash yet. We'll replace those with, I mean, we're about to get a counter rune wheel spin anyways, so we might find some replacements for those, and then we might try Clash. But anyways, yeah, to replace those cards, looking through here, we see the Equilinks. Equilinks, obviously a crazy card, it's limited to 1. I don't run a whole lot of Earth. I think I currently only have 3, as you can see here. I upped it to 4, but the thought process with the Equilinks is that I can, the same thing, with like the Kinleo. I mean, it's Fire Nexus. Same thing there. I can go an Earth Spirit, or I can enchant either of these with Earth Spirits, and then Nexus to the Equilinks, or, to another card to pop stuff. So I thought the Equilinks was a pretty solid add. Honestly, there's an argument that it should have been in the deck beforehand. Then we added, what else did we add? We added a second Jatagua here, just to kind of lean into water a little bit more, or kind of more into heal necessarily than water, just because we don't have the Ambro. We added the second Nobby, the second Spec, the second Draking. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. The other card that is not in Clash is the mascot of the series, kind of, Neandersloth. So a bit unfortunate. Yeah, so without the Neanderthal, without the Scavicle, I went into 2 Drakings, which felt pretty good considering I bumped up Spec to 2, bumped up Nobby to 2, and then added the second Draking. We have a lot of options to ascend over. And then we're obviously playing 2 bricks right now. Well, yeah, kind of bricks, instead of the 3 that we were on. So felt okay to add the second Draking. We added Sorlet in, still only on 1 Wind Spirit, which I just thought, like, we can misenchant this with a water and it's just a 5 attacker. So that felt pretty good considering we replaced the Verituka with it. Earthquakes obviously staying. Let's see, I'm not doing whole card by card, but just wanted to go over the changes to the deck. So that's what we're looking at right now. Looking at the collection, Lunar is here in all caps because, like, I updated this before I was able to look at the deck. But yeah, we obviously are going to a more Lunar kind of build right here. I think I updated this with everything that we just pulled in that last pack. No, I did not because Posthumous is in here, so it looks like I need to update this still. But yeah, that's where the deck is at currently. I will get the collection spreadsheet updated. Yeah, so anyways, like I said, I'll probably play one more week with a webcam game. That way, I mean, there's a chance that we win both games, but more than likely we'll at least lose one. We will get another counter rune from the wheel for our 50th loss, which is another set of 10, obviously. And then that'll replace one of these, and then we'll find something if Chains or Spoiled Fruit hasn't been added by that point. So, yeah, exciting stuff. The deck is very good at this point. I'm kind of excited with where it's at. We are getting very close to a decent playable deck. So once we get a couple more cards, maybe a Doppelgator, third Kinleo, some more back row, like, we're in a pretty good spot here. I might mess with spirit numbers some more. It's kind of tough. We're getting to a point where it's very hard to facilitate everything that we want to do. So yeah, I mean, there's an argument for going down to 1 Thunder, maybe playing another Earth, another Water, another Fire. It's just kind of tough where we're at right now. Honestly, I'd probably go another water to misenchant the Sorlet or misenchant the Necrof. But yeah, anyways, if you guys have any ideas, I mean, you've seen the collection at this point, you see the deck. If there's anything that you think I should be doing, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, please subscribe. We are closing in on 50 subscribers. And that might not seem like a lot to you guys, but I've always been the kind of person I've always felt like no one cares what I have to say. So it's kind of cool to see that 50 of you guys actually want to watch. So yeah, it would be much appreciated. But yeah, until next episode, we'll see you later.